Well, summer is coming to an end, unfortunately. It is September, kids are back in school, nights are getting a lot cooler, and it was so cold the other day that, I had to wear a sweater. I'm just like, this sucks, because I do love summer. I like hot weather. I think my body's built for it. But summer does have to come to an end, and I took a month off in August just so I can relax and enjoy the warm weather. And now that it's September, it's time to get back to work. For the first review of September, I'm looking at a saber from a company that reached out to me called NEOSABERS. Let me show you all about it. Good day to all my Jedi and Sith companions. I am your host, the Frugal Jedi, and thank you so much for joining me as I unbox and review this Codex Crystal Chamber Saber, which comes from NEOSABERS.com. The first thing I did was go to NEOSABERS.com, check out their site, see what they have to offer. And what's cool about NEOSABERS is they offer both types of the most popular saber out there. So you have your Xenopixel, so your Xeno RGB, Xenopixel, and that's the one we're going to be looking at. But they also have the SM Pixel line, so that's the TXQ core with the SM Pixel V4 Pro. So they offer both choices. So you have double selection that you'd normally find on other sites where they're only offering, one or the other. Here they have both. And if you go to their website, you're going to see the saber that I'm going to review right there on the top in the big picture. But have a look at the section where they have their exclusives. They had some really nice looking exclusive sabers. I asked them if I could review one of those, but they wanted to ship me this one instead because I think this one is newer and they want to get it promoted because it looks really cool. The saber I'm going to have a look at today is using Xenopixel, has 34 sound fonts. You have a whole bunch of different blade ignitions and blade styles. You have Bluetooth capabilities. It has a rotating kyber crystal chamber. It has an LCD screen. And the one they sent me, they're sending it to me in the fancier hard case. It's a travel case with locks on it, and it has a handle, and it doesn't normally come with that. So when you order one of these, if you want that hard case, you have to go to the accessories section and you can purchase it separately. Or you can just get the cardboard box if you don't care about having a hard case for traveling. It's up to you. And also, I have a discount code that you can use on their site. And like all my other discount codes, pretty much, the discount code is called Frugal Jedi. You enter Frugal Jedi at checkout and you'll receive 10% off your order. Now that you know where to get one, how much it costs, and a little bit about it, I'm going to point the camera down at the table, unbox it, show you everything it comes with, and then we'll start with my first impressions. This is a really nice design. It is nice and comfortable and really light. The hilt doesn't even weigh 1 pound. And nice 36-inch blade. The way it's held in uses 2 screws, so that's nice and smart. And rather than putting 1 screw on each side, it's actually smarter to do it the way they did. So they have 2 screws on one side, and they're one on top of the other. Have a look there. And what that does, it pushes the blade against the other side of the wall. Because when you put 1 screw on each side, you get the chance of it doing this, like a swivel point. So I always like it like that. And it's a polished aluminum. I wouldn't say it's like mirror finish, but it is shiny. Like, it doesn't take your fingerprints as much as some of the other sabers I have, where they're like mirror finished polish, where it's like really, like, you can see a reflection. But it's definitely not brushed, and you can see there's your button with that Xeno logo on it. And that's the easiest way to tell if you have a Xeno saber, is with that button. It's a white button with that Imperial looking logo. USB-C to charge it right there. And of course, what makes this amazing and beautiful is the Kyber crystal chamber. And there's a window on both sides. And a little more etching right there as well. And then have a look down here on the grip section. So I'm going to flip that over, and I'm going to try to have this straight up without hitting the ceiling. And I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. No, so it's going to be at an angle a little bit, but there we go. Isn't that gorgeous? Like, the level of detail on that tiny little screen, because that screen's small. It looks big on camera, but it's just the size of my fingertip. And it changes whenever you change sound fonts. So let me show you here.
The third hunter.
Okay, now, the way the writing is, it's good to me, but if I flip it, it's going to be upside down to you. So I'm going to just switch hands and do this again.
The master.
There we go. I'll try to get it to focus, but...
The Dark Lord Order.
There you go. So it's Dark Lord Order, and then it changes to the picture. I'm not left-handed, so it's tricky to do it. But yeah, this is beautiful.
Fallen Apprentice Magenta.
Fallen Apprentice Magenta. And there it is for that picture.
The Princess.
Oh, let's see what picture they chose for that. Well, you know what? I understand, you know, they don't want to use actual photos or anything that resembles the person too much because of copywriting and things like that, but that's what they have there for the princess. Now, what's cool is that you can customize these pictures, so you can change it up if you like. I'm not 100% sure how to do it. It would require adding it to the micro SD card. Which brings me up to my next question, right? Where is the micro SD card? How would I access it? The pommel, which has that D-ring, if you want to hang it from your belt without the blade, it does come off, and you can unscrew it. And that's more for if you want to make it into a staff saber with another one. But inside there is your speaker. And this core does not come out. You can't take it out. So I'm going to have to research and find out if the micro SD card can be removed. I might be able to upload the new photos using the Xeno Configurator app, which connects through Bluetooth. I don't know, because I've never had one of these, so I'm not sure how that works. And now check out the Kyber crystal. It rotates. And it matches the color of the blade.
Fallen Apprentice Magenta.
So now it's that pinkish purple. And you have lots of gesture controls. So I can change sound fonts
The Princess.
by pointing it down,
Double Agent.
twisting my wrist. And you have different gestures for turning it on. So you can use the button. You can click on the button. But you can also stab and swing it. Yeah, blaster blocks by pressing the button down. You have lockup. There's tip drag. Hard to do sitting down, but let's try it out. So I'm just going to tap it on the floor. I don't have to press a button. I just tap it on the floor, and this should light up white on the very end. If I bring it up here, you can see it. There you go. And then to stop it, you just move the saber around. And there are other things like force effects, where you hold the button and twist your wrist, and it plays a quote or it makes a sound effect. Stabbing effect, where you stab it against the wall and you can twist your wrist. It changes color on the end. I'll try doing it, see if I can. It's hard to do because I can't do it. And you have unlimited colors, so you can just twist your wrist using gesture and you can change it. And you can also do this on the Bluetooth app. It is quite loud and very clear sound. It's a good speaker in there. So yeah, it's nice. Two-handed, no problem. Now, when I first looked at the screen, I noticed that it was like marked. I thought it was marked or that the pixels were not working. And then I put my finger on it and I could feel it raised on one corner. And what I determined was that it was actually a plastic film. So you have to remove that plastic film. I used a pair of tweezers and very carefully I had to lift it up. Once I lifted up that film, the little tag that you can hold on to popped out because it was kind of tucked in. And it popped out, then I was able to just easily lift it out. And the screen is beautiful and perfect.
Medium volume.
You have 3 levels of volume programmed into the button. So you have high, medium, low, and mute. And then if you want more precision with the volume, you can do that using the app. I'm going to leave it at medium because it is quite loud.
Unstable.
So 2 button flashes switches up the blade style. So you have steady, you have unstable, and there's fire blade. A whole bunch of really nice blade effects. And because I haven't done a blade effect demonstration in a while, I'm going to treat you to one right now.
Fire blade. Steady. Unstable. Rainbow blade. Candy blade. Cracked blade. Flash blade. Photon ignition.
If I hold the button down for 3 light flashes, that'll change the ignition type. And again, there are a whole bunch of different ones that it comes with. And once again, let's roll the clip and I'll show you all the ignition styles.
Broken ignition. Photon ignition. Stack ignition. Warp ignition. Photon ignition. Phaser ignition. Scavenger ignition. Hunter ignition. Standard mode.
It has sensitive smooth swing, of course, so that means that it reacts to every single movement.
Truly lost.
So it's not just mimicking a sound effect because you moved it. It actually knows how you move it and how fast you move it. And something called accent swings. An accent swing happens when you move it really fast. Let's see if I can do it. You hear that woof woof. That is the accent swing. This is a really nice looking blade style, and I like the sound font. And I'll show you the picture on that one. Very impressed. This is beautiful. I will give you a little demonstration. I'm not going to go too crazy. I have really bad back pain. And the reason is because I had a bad accident at work many years ago and it's still affecting me. I had a ladder kick out 20 feet up and tumbled onto the first story porch, and then from there slid off and hit the ground. Wasn't soft ground. Anyways, I fractured my T-spine. I cracked all my ribs on my right side. I punctured a lung, and I don't have a lot of mobility on my right side. And yeah, it's never been 100% since that's happened. But I'll try my best to do a few spins, maybe an obi-wan if I can today. We'll see. And then join me back here for my final thoughts.
Multi-block mode. Exit multi-block.
Time for my final thoughts. Well, I absolutely love this hilt. It's simple, yet it's extremely elegant. Very comfortable to hold. The spinning kyber crystal chamber, it looks so freaking cool. Like, I love that. Now, there is a bit of a noise. You do hear it spinning because it's mechanical. And it's a whirring sound. I'll try to put it next to my mic here, and I'm going to try to... Well, you know what? I guess I can just mute the saber.
Medium volume. Low volume.
All right, there we go. So you can hear it. I mean, it's not so loud that it overpowers the speaker. Obviously not, because I had to turn the speaker off. But it's there. Maybe you're wondering, can you have the spinning turned off? Yes, you can. They didn't bother to include that feature in the Xeno Configurator app, which you can get for Android or Apple. The Android version doesn't have it. You can turn the LCD screen on or off using the app, just you can't set the speed of the crystal chamber. And yes, you can set the speed, so you can have it 100%, which spins really fast, and you can play with that number and go down. I set it to 10, and it didn't spin at all. I set it to 25, and it spun slowly. I don't think, yeah, spun. So anyways, you have to just kind of play with the number. But 25, it comes programmed at 50% speed, which is fine. And if you want to set it to not spin at all, you just set the motor speed in the configuration file to 0. And that you do it using your phone. And you know what? I am going to have a follow-up video for this saber showing you how to do those things. I'm going to learn how to customize the LCD screen, which I think is beautiful. Let's see if I can get this thing to focus there. Yeah, it's so detailed. It's just amazing that they can fit that many pixels in such a small little screen.
Bounty.
Yeah, there are...
Count.
Okay, well, this guy almost looks kind of like, you know, a certain actor, but he's not. There we go. You know, he has the same style, but not quite.
High volume.
Overall, I am thoroughly impressed. It was packaged well. It shipped in a timely manner. It came with that really nice blade plug. And one thing I'm going to talk about, because I almost forgot here, is their instruction manual. They did a really good job of explaining everything. You know, they have some generic instruction. It's going to be hard to see because of the black background. But it tells you the controls for RGB and for pixel. How to do, you know, all the different effects. I'm just going to skip ahead here a little bit. Talks about updating firmware. This section, well, that's not really how you do it anymore. Updating firmware on the Saber is just done through the app. So you just go to the Xeno Configurator app, and there's a button that you can update the Saber. It'll check if it needs to be updated. And yeah, right here is the part I want to show you. So here, they even have a guide on how to use the app. Shows you what the app looks like, what to do, how to get it running, and then, you know, how to make some basic changes. So that's really nice that they go into great detail in the manual. And it's full color, and yeah, like, very nice. Of course, you could watch my tutorial videos on how to do all this stuff as well. It's a little easier than reading it. So for this saber from NEOSABERS.com, this Codex Crystal Chamber saber, I totally recommend it. I do absolutely love it. It's well made. great sounding speaker. I think the screen and the kyber crystal is really cool. And once again, check out their website because they have some really cool exclusive designs. And I'm hoping maybe another time NEOSABERS will send me one of those, because I don't think enough companies are doing that. You don't see enough of that. You see a lot of companies selling the same thing over and over and over. So kudos to NEOSABERS for having their own exclusive designs. That's awesome. And don't forget, I have the discount code FrugalJedi, which gets you an extra 10% off your order. And if you have a look at the description of this video, I've chaptered it so you can skip to any section you like. I also have links to neosabers.com, as well as a link that'll take you directly to this particular saber. And I'd really appreciate it if you do use those links, because those links tell NEOSABERS how many people get to their site via this video. And I would love to review another one from them. So of course they want to make sure that people are getting to their website through my review, and it wasn't just a complete waste of money sending me this beautiful saber, which I don't think it was, because you guys are a great audience and I love you all. So I will say goodbye for now, and I will see you very soon again. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you.